Hello, it's Lance, and some big news just dropped about the Get Back / Let It Be project for 2020. And since I said I'd keep tabs on this info and share it as it comes available, well, here we are. I'll cover the news first and then explore what we can expect and what's still unknown. So, a press release came out, and I first noticed it on the Twitter account for Disney. Here it is. Peter Jackson's The Beatles Get Back documentary featuring never-before-seen footage of the legendary band comes to theaters September 4th, 2020. We've talked about this impending news for over a year and really speculated on it for just as long. And now finally, this project has a concrete title and a release date. But it's the press release that we really want to dig into here. That's where the new info is. And by the way, I'm going to skip the fluff and stick to the fun stuff here. I'm not really into the quotes that are fine-tuned by PR folks and the flowery descriptions of this era of the band. None of that stuff. So let's jump in. First, the opening sentence packs a punch. Walt Disney Studios has acquired the worldwide distribution rights to acclaimed filmmaker Peter Jackson's previously announced Beatles documentary. Disney, the behemoth that it is a fit for the biggest band in the world, the Beatles. Not that they're the only game in Hollywood, but partnerships here with Disney could go far and wide. Now, I'm not saying we'll see a Beatles experience at Disney World anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if this relationship evolves beyond basic distribution of the film. Just look at what they're doing with the new Star Wars content on Disney+. The next thing to note here is the release date in the United States and Canada on September 4th, 2020, with additional details and dates for the film's global release to follow. This date syncs with the fall timeline I mentioned in the last few episodes of Beatles News, including what is apparently the official companion book, which Amazon has slated for a release on October 6th. Check out a link to this book in the description. The press release says the film will be in theaters nationwide, which hopefully means wide availability, not just art house cinemas, which was the only option for a lot of people to see the Ron Howard Beatles film 8 days a week. Also, I find it interesting, but maybe not surprising, that there are US and Canadian release dates, but no others for now. Distribution, with rights and logistics, it's not simple, I get it. But you would have thought they could have at least gotten a UK date nailed down. I mean, the Beatles are British. Now let's look at some technical details about the film itself. The footage has been brilliantly restored by Park Road Post-Production of Wellington, New Zealand, and is being edited by Jabez Olsen, who collaborated with Jackson on 2018's They Shall Not Grow Old, the groundbreaking film which featured restored and colorized World War I archival footage. The music in the film will be mixed by Giles Martin and Sam O'Kell at Abbey Road Studios in London. If you haven't seen any clips from They Shall Not Grow Old, you really should. I've linked to one in the description here. The technical quality, art, really, it's unbelievable, and it sounds like we can expect big things with the picture quality in this new film here. Admittedly, Jackson and crew, they're not dealing with World War I era footage, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, the footage we've typically seen from the Let It Be movie in this era, it's rather dark, it's rather dreary, and it lends to the kind of downer vibe felt in the film. If anyone can take the sad footage and make it better, sorry. Anyway, coming out of this press release for a second, Rolling Stone quotes Danny Harrison, son of George Harrison, about his impressions from the film. He said he's seen it. And he said, "It's so ridiculously amazing looking. I could see John Lennon's feelings." I emailed Peter yesterday and said, "This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen." As for the music, if you're a fan of the recent Beatles box sets, it's another good sign here that Giles Martin and Sam O'Kell are part of the team for the new Get Back film. And their involvement is a nod, or maybe just a hope, that we can expect music being released outside of this film. New soundtrack, remix, box set? No details yet, but I'll keep you posted. The press release then includes those fluffy quotes and goes on to briefly describe the original Let It Be film. And then it contrasts it with the Peter Jackson project. The new documentary brings to light much more of the band's intimate recording sessions for Let It Be and their entire 42-minute performance on the rooftop of Apple's Savile Row, London office. This is the next great bit of new info here in this press release. We'll see the Rooftop Concert in the film. However, the way this is worded, it's a little unclear. My gut reaction was to read that the complete rooftop performance will be included in the film, and I'm cautiously optimistic that that's what's happening. but I think you could also read this sentence as the new documentary shines light on more of the performance. Regardless, I think it's inevitable we'll see the full Rooftop gig, even if it's just an extra, like on a DVD or the Blu-ray. By the way, Apple, we're still waiting on an official release of the Shea Stadium concert. The last bit of noteworthy info in the press release is that a fully restored version of their original Let It Be film will be made available at a later date. We've known this was coming, but unfortunately there are no new details here. That's about it for the press release and what we do know, but I want to point out 3 unknowns, things we should be on the lookout for here. 1. Runtime. Peter Jackson is not known for short films, and I hope Get Back is no exception, especially if 42 minutes of the film is the Rooftop performance. Number 2, music. We know there are literally hundreds of hours of tape from January 1969, and only a fraction has been officially released. Now, don't expect any Abbey Road style releases from Apple Corps, but this is prime material for a box set. 3, physical releases. This project is coming out in September 2020, so I would say it's possible that we'd see the film in theaters for a few weeks, then maybe hit a streaming service exclusively for a time, like, Disney Plus, and then a physical product made available for the holiday season. Okay, if you just can't wait for more, here's what to do next. Watch my series on the Rooftop gig if you haven't done that already. It came out last year. It's in 2 parts, totaling about 20 minutes, and there's a link at the top of the screen right now. This side, that side, whatever. Next, you can also pre-order the Get Back book. That's on Amazon. There's a link in the description, like I said earlier. And 3, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, the Fab4 Archivist channel. Apple Corps likes to celebrate Beatles anniversaries, and the upcoming 50th anniversary of Let It Be should be another good opportunity for them to leak more info about the Get Back project, maybe even a film trailer. And if you're subscribed here, I'll be sure to keep you in the know as this news happens. All right, that's it for this one. As always, a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters who make these videos happen. Please join them if you like this content. All right, we'll see y'all soon, hopefully with a new video, and it's a story that includes a little bit about this song.
We sure like Rochester.